I thought black was meant to slim you down.
It does.
Are you sure? So welcome back everyone to Finding Forex, helping you guys find your way around the financial markets. In this video, I'm going to be going over all the fundamental things that you guys need to know before starting to trade the financial markets. I'm going to be going over all of the basic things and all of the fundamental things to help you get right on your way to earning money from your phone. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Before we begin though, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new, I urge you all to subscribe because I'm going to be giving you free Forex education. I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to ask you to see a little and then buy a little. This is all completely for free, and I will literally be teaching you guys how to make money from your smartphone. A lot has happened this year. A lot has happened last year. So if you want to make a bit of extra money from your phone and you want to be taught how to do that absolutely for free, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. So a lot of you watching this video probably have heard of the stock market, but not many of you have actually heard of the foreign exchange market, and the two are actually very similar in so many different aspects. But the way you want to look at the currency exchange market is you're trading currencies for currencies, and the stock market, you're trading stocks for companies. And each day there is $6.6 trillion traded in the currency exchange market. To put that into perspective, the stock market only trades, as of 2018, about 192 billion. That in even more perspective, with the $6.6 trillion traded every single day, if you guys can make 0.0000001% of that 6.6 trillion traded every day, you are all still going to be making $6,600 daily. The foreign exchange market is huge and full of money making opportunities. So I think it's very easy for a lot of people to get a bit overwhelmed when they see the markets, they see all these different things going on, and then they try and make very simple situations very complicated. And let me tell you, I'm as thick as two short planks, and trading doesn't have to be made difficult. It doesn't have to be made complicated either. In fact, the way I trade and the way I find that most traders like to trade is the more simplistic route. The simpler, the easier, and in turn, essentially, the more money you can all make. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, with Forex, you always trade currency versus a currency. Let's just take the US dollar for a second. You can't just strictly trade the US dollar. It'll be always the US dollar versus another currency pair. And in this example here, we're trading the euro versus the US dollar. And essentially the whole goal for Forex is just to buy low and sell high. So if we're looking at this sort of area here, there we would be looking to in fact sell. But if we look at this little bit of price right here, we would then be looking to buy because it's started to go out and then break structure. And we'll talk more about structure and all of that in later on videos when we all get a bit more familiar with how the Forex market works. So a lot of you are now going to be wondering, which currency pair do I buy and which currency pair do I sell? And it's actually very, very simple. It's always going to be the first currency pair or the currency pair on the left that you're going to be buying or selling. So we're looking at the euro US dollar chart. So we will always be buying the euro or selling the euro. So now that you guys know the very core fundamentals of the currency exchange market, it's two currencies battling it out to see which one's going to go higher and which one's going to go lower. But now a lot of you might have the question of what actually moves the currency exchange market, and for the majority of the time it's either hedge funds or large institutions pushing price to where they want to go. But every now and again we can get something called liquidity spikes. All of this will be discussed in the future, but essentially all it is when a high impact news event drops, it either shoots in one direction or the other. If we take a look at when the coronavirus pandemic first happened and when England first went into lockdown, there was a huge spike to the downside because it's bad for the currency, it's bad for the economy. People are going to be losing their jobs, people are going to be out of work. So all of these things add up and create a bigger picture of where a currency pair is going to move. But there's not only just fundamental things that go on with the currency exchange market, there's also things called technical analysis, which once again we'll be going deeper into later on in the videos and videos into the future. But all it is traders' ideas of where the market's going to go. So you may have heard of things called support, things called resistance. These are very basic fundamental things within trading that can also determine where a market is going to go. So just a second ago you heard me touch on support and resistance, and I just want to quickly touch on that a little bit more because it's such a huge fundamental part of trading in general, whether it's actually Forex or even the stock market. I believe that both still adhere to both support and resistance, and it's very, very simple, and you do not want to get this overcomplicated. And I will be doing a full course on support and resistance to completely make you guys aware and understand very well what it is. But basically, it's support is always going to be the floor, and well, sort of like a support. So imagine a support, something you can stand on, something you can take the weight, and then a resistance is something that you can't crack through. So there's resistance from going up, or resistance, from breaking through up to a different area. We are back on the charts to hopefully give you guys a better understanding of support and resistance, because it's one of the most fundamental things on Forex, and I do believe it's one of the most basic things that you guys 100% need to know. So here we have the EURUSD chart again on a 4-hour time frame, and as you can see here, this is acted as support. Once again here, it's acted as support. Here, once again, it's acted as support. So we have 3 spots in this one chart alone where price has acted as a support zone. So once again, back on the EURUSD chart, trying to make everything a bit more simple so you can actually see it on a live market. So we've just touched on support. That is essentially the floor. And here we have resistance. We have it 2 touches there, 1 more touch there, 1 touch there. So we've got 4 touches acting as resistance. This is just an area where price has just not been able to break and is acted as resistance or a ceiling. So we're almost coming to the end of the video now on all the fundamental things to help you start your Forex journey. But if you liked the video so far, please give this video a like. And if you want to get taught how to trade for free and literally make money for your phone, make sure you subscribe, because I've got so much content to be pushed out over the next few months and few years to really help you guys push your profitability and make you guys some money from your phone. So lastly, before we end the video, there are 3 major time zones and 3 major trading times. You've got the Asian session, you've got the London session, and you've got the New York session. The market is open 24/5, meaning 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And these are broken up into 3 sessions: the Asian, London, and New York session. And the highest traded volume will be on the London session. To give you an idea how much volume is traded during the London session, professional traders, even in North America, choose to wake up at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 4 a.m. to trade the London session because the conditions are so good. But when you're first starting out, the London session is not the session that you want to trade. There's so much movement, so many things that can go wrong. They're more for higher level, more developed traders. My advice to you, if you're already trading and you're just starting, trade the New York session or trade the Asian session if you can, because there's slightly less movement, slightly less volatility, which I'll come on to in another video, and overall just a safer place for you guys to lose as least money as possible. But that's been the end of the video. Thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you give it a like. If you want to make money from your phone and be taught how to trade for free, make sure you all subscribe to the channel and let me know your thoughts and theories down in the comment section below. But this is Lukey, and I'm signing out. Peace.